Now it's time for the hottest 5 minutes of your morning. It's time for the Chamber 5, a chance for you to find out about Bozeman area businesses as we talk with the Chamber of Commerce and businesses that are members. Now let's check in with Dan for the Chamber 5 on K-Bear.
Hey, thanks, Charlie. This is Dan. I'm talking to Tamara Williams right now from Tamara Williams and Company. Tamara, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So I wanted to find out, I think on everybody's mind is what's going on in the Bozeman market for housing?
That's a hot question these days.
Yes.
So from what I've seen is the market is no longer in what I would call as the COVID crazy market.
Oh, yeah.
We've kind of backed off from that and we're in a little bit more of a normal market. And those trend lines are actually looking like they're closer to those 2019, 2020 levels versus the 21 and beginning of 2022 levels. So it's definitely not a bad market at all, but it's more of a normal market. And then with these interest rates being as high as they have been, they've reduced a little bit. We got a little crazy earlier this month, or late last October, where they were about 7.5 to 7.8. And now we're trending back in the mid sixes. And so we've definitely seen a few more buyers, and the market picking up, which is a little bit abnormal for this time of year.
Yeah. So you had, and when you said when it was going crazy, I mean, is it true people were they're buying houses sight unseen?
They were buying houses sight unseen.
Yeah.
Inspection not happening. They were just going a little bit crazy. It was the Wild West, as I'd like to call it.
Absolutely.
I don't condone any of those items, but that's what people were doing in order to win the bid.
Yep. Yeah. And now you're saying now it's stable. Well, I shouldn't say stable, but it is leveling off.
It's leveled off. In terms of appreciation, at the beginning of this year, we were looking at some decent appreciation by quarter. And when we're looking at values for this last year, I'm now able to pull comparables when I'm doing sales valuations all the way back from last December, November, because at the end of the day, that's kind of where our appreciation went to. So we've declined ever so slightly, nothing substantial. But when I do sales valuations, I can use a year's worth of data because our values have been about that range for that amount of time.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Wow, it's very interesting because, and I don't know if this is a political question or not, but what about the low income thing as far as housing?
I'm probably not a popular opinion on that, but I don't know how, unless you have some wonderful person that is going to donate land to you, how can you get affordable housing?
Exactly.
They do have a few wonderful locations in town over by Baxter Square.
Oh, yeah.
And then they also have, I always get it wrong, I think it's Story Creek or Bridger View. It's over by Story.
Oh, yeah.
That new one that I think Langless is constructing, both of those are on leased land. Oh. So those are true low-income housing where you have to qualify or you can't purchase. But when you buy land for $300,000 just for that little postage stamp lot, and then you build a house that costs between $500,000 and $600,000, there's no way to get up to affordable in those numbers unless somebody gives you money and there's a trust and some nice heiress that's going to hand you the land and builders that are going to build for free.
I don't think you have too many of those, do you?
I don't know of any. And so when people are saying it's not affordable housing, I don't know how we get there unless you get people to give you money and give you land, or if it's the lease land option. And again, I may not be the popular opinion in this, but we are currently in a softening real estate market. And a lot of those leased land situations, you can only appreciate at small increments every single year.
Oh, I see.
And so you get limited appreciation. And so when the market softens, if we do take a hit, you don't have that much of a buffer that maybe a normal homeowner would get. So you'd be a little bit less supported in my eyes. Okay. Now, again, I don't know if I'm ignorant in that, but I've been doing this a minute where I've seen a lot of different things over the years, and that's my opinion.
That's very good. Okay, well, good. And do you think? Okay, this is kind of a dumb question. Do you think these people are coming in because they've seen that TV show Yellowstone?
Oh, I do hear that on occasion. I've never once watched the show Yellowstone, but every now and then I get a call that we've seen the show Yellowstone and we really want to live in Bozeman. And when I hear that, I hear it like maybe 1 to 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So it's not like a normal conversation. It's more, I've been through the Bozeman airport I fell in love out the window more than I hear the Yellowstone story.
I gotcha. And I'm sorry to say, our 5 minutes is up. Doggone it. I'm talking to Tamara Williams from Tamara Williams and Company. And that's our Chamber 5 today. Back to you, Charlie.
Thanks, Dan. This has been the Chamber 5, a chance for you to visit with the Chamber of Commerce and its businesses to find out what's happening in business in Bozeman. Let's get you back to more good times and great oldies on 99.9 K-Bear.